We live.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yeah, we're gonna talk some community standards and how we can better them and better the breed in the process.
it's on y'all, man. I'm
Yeah.
I'm in the back, man. I'm
I gotta walk
working
up
on
this
us.
steep ass hill.
Yo, yo, yo.
Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
I was walking up that steep ass hill. Jesus. Phew. Man, I'm telling you, I
What's
love the
good?
mountains, but
Huh?
they
Huh?
hell. I love living in the mountains, but man, everywhere you gotta walk is steep as shit.
Oh, shit.
So, I think so. How, from an older perspective than me, right? How can we raise community standards and make the breed better in the process? From your opinion, Big Hill.
Say it again, elevator, my fault.
How can we make the breed better and through that build community standards up, like into the new age of pit bull terrier?
Okay. As far as building the standards up, I probably would have to think more on that. But what was the first? The first part was how would you do what? The first part of the question? What would you do to, what was the first part?
How can we build community standard and make the breed better? Like at the same
Oh,
time, do both. Use
oh,
both to achieve one goal. In today's world, legal
well,
sports and legal shows and all that stuff.
off the top, my first thought would be, uh, just like y'all guys doing now, like digging into the information that y'all have access to learn, have more knowledge about what you're doing. That's the, you can't never have enough of that. The education, like the stuff y'all be reading, and I could tell the way y'all talking that y'all studying and stuff like that. So basically, the more you study, the more you learn, and then actually apply it to your program, and let the dogs do the rest. Because you're already out there trying to make a name for your dogs. You're
That
already
is
doing
true.
that, and you're already diving in the books and finding out information. You're out here in the community. You're shooting out ideas. You got other people shooting back ideas at you. You're hearing different things. Boom, boom, boom. So it's what you're doing with this knowledge, and you already are active in the community. So you already should be bringing the standards up. Your dogs. You out there, you're gonna be looked at as bringing the standard up. So
Yep.
how you act, people gonna be having their eye on you. So it's on your watch. How you want the community to be, you got to form it to be that way. It starts
Yep.
with you. That's just my opinion.
That is true. Yeah, like if we're all so harsh on each other and stuff, the community is going to be a rough, rough around the edges type of community. But if we're all more informative and more open to each other and the knowledge, then it's going to be a little more laid back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But like, it's gonna be like that. Uh, it ain't gonna be easy. You're gonna run into hate slash inductive criticisms and all that. You got to just be ready for that. And don't just look at everything. If it doesn't seem like
She's
it's
cutting
going
out
with what
just a
you
little
say,
bit.
What you say?
You
I'm
cut
breaking
out
up?
just a little bit. Yeah, you're
Oh,
good now.
yeah, I'm trying to bring this dog upstairs. Come here, come here. Excuse me, other baby.
Oh, you're good, bro.
I forgot my train of thought, bro.
But
I'm trying to bring this heavy dog up that I'm putting in the show with you. She's fat. She's heavy, yo.
dealing with dogs, talking bulldogs. Get back. Dealing with dogs, talking bulldogs.
Say it again.
Dealing with dogs and talking bulldogs at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna feed him for Mason. She's about to drop some 3-time Mason. So
Right.
I'm gonna get an automatic feeder.
Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Hey,
I've never done that, but it's something I want to try.
What you gonna try?
Automatic feeder for a pregnant female.
Oh, okay.
Just keep it full of food all the time instead of, and just I've never tried that, so I'm gonna give it a shot. See how it does. I usually don't knock something until I give it a shot. A good, valid try. I don't know. So, but I'm liking. I've made a couple of automatic feeders. I was never a fan of, but I've made a couple for some of these dogs, and man, I'm impressed. They don't eat too much like you'd think, and they maintain a great weight. I'm impressed.
Right.
I really am. I'm gonna end up building like a metal version of them with a lid and everything, so that you just have them. Because that's something I'm gonna do. When I build my barn up there on top of the hill, it's gonna hold. It'll hold 30 dogs. To it.
30 of them? It'll hold 30 of them?
Yeah, it'll hold 30 dogs.
Shit, you blessed.
Yeah,
You blessed with that?
I'm gonna build one. I don't have it yet, but I have plans drew up to build it, and it's gonna have gravity-fed spring water to them. Each one will have a water bowl that's filling up all the time, and it'll have a drain. Whoa, what the hell? It'll have a drain where it can flow out all the time.
Right.
Come on, girl. Big fat ass. Oh, God.
I got a fat one, too.
Well, she's probably got 8 in her.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say she's probably carrying 8 or so. Hopefully.
Right.
They should drop within the week.
Shit, that's what's up. Something you looking forward to, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's the first time I bred Judge. And I bred him back to his aunt. So.
Okay.
And Judge is inbred on Mason. So he's Mason back to his daughter Rogue. Off of him to Medusa, which is the termite stuff.
Okay.
And then I bred Judge back to Rogue's sister.
Okay. You that breeding you thought of yourself, or you had advice on it, or?
No, I mean, all this has been, my dad's out of dogs, right? So,
yeah.
Like, he don't own dogs. He goes fishing, riding his Harley. That's what he does now. So,
you still can communicate with him though, right?
Yeah, I talk to him, but he didn't into it. You know what I mean? After certain things that happen, he just ain't into it anymore.
Oh, I got you.
I
got you. For sure.
With like yard accidents and dealing with other people in our area and all that type of stuff, he just learned that it was more trouble than it was worth, I guess.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, Thor lived to be 17. Pam lived to be like 15 and a half, almost 16. Dixie passed away in a yard accident at 10 years old. I mean, at one point in time, he had like 12, 14 dogs, and it took up more time than it was worth, I guess, for him.
I got you.
In that world, people didn't have no internet. Like it was right when the internet come out, so he had posted some puppies for sale, but they wasn't no videos and stuff like that really big. No average people doing it. So I think that's part of the reason too. It's hard to show people the good dogs you got if you ain't got a way to do it.
Right.
We're very blessed to have the technology the way we do.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think people take it for granted, but we really are.
I think so too. I agree on that point for sure.
I
Like
mean, like,
you got access to that they didn't have access to. We got
yep,
access to so much stuff they didn't have access to. So like it's easy for you to get the dogs out there in front of the world. You know what I mean?
yep,
That's what I'm saying. So it's on us. It's on our watch if we're gonna take it forward. Ain't no better time than now to go ahead and do it. You know,
yeah. So
especially when you
get
got
your
them in a good
asses
light.
to the dog show.
Huh?
They need to get their ass to the dog show.
Yeah,
Anybody that ain't participating, you need to get in there.
right.
I like it. It's a lot of fun. It's cool to chime in on, like, to get in on the video and then be watching and your dog's on
Hey,
there and stuff and winning. Like, it's cool. I mean,
I
it
really
really is.
never,
Knowing that a bunch of people seeing it.
I never took my dogs in the dog show. Only one of the digital dog shows. My first time even doing something like that. So yeah, I'm a rookie at these dog shows and stuff. But I love having the opportunity to do it, to show my dogs in a good light. So I ain't tripping. I'm celebrating.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
see, and I've met a lot of people around your age that have say the exact same thing. They're getting into the dog shows and they actually
Yeah.
have a love for it, and it's a lot more fun than they thought it
Yeah.
would be. And I
Yeah.
mean,
It
it
looks
is.
fun.
It's awesome. It
Yeah,
really
it
is.
looks fun.
It really is. Like, I was kind of fortunate. The first dog show I ever went to was the pig picking, I think 9th or 8th, 1 and 2.
Right.
I think it was the
Right.
9th. I think I was supposed to go to the 8th, but I missed
Uh-huh.
it because of my dad's bachelor party. It was the same weekend. So I think I went to the 9th. But that was the first ever dog show I ever went to. I kind of knew and had an idea of what dog shows were about, but like, I had my shirts made. I had all the dogs the way I wanted them. I think we showed up with like 8 dogs. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I was hooked from then on. I'm like, nah, I like this. This is cool. This is
Yeah.
cool. And then I was like, okay, so they got treadmill racing and wall climb. That's cool too. You know what I mean? Like, and then people can see them. And then I'm out there and my buddy Nick, he's got a little dog off of the chemo stuff.
Uh-huh.
And man, he can get her on that mill and he can talk to her and he can count. And when he counts to 3, that bitch will run even harder. Like, she'll like push. You can see it. Like, when he's counting at the end, he'll be counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And every time he says 3, man, she'll push harder. You can see it. And like, I was like, wow. And like, that's just awesome. Like, to see them. I already knew they had that type of determination and stuff anyways with you talking to them and the bond. But I had never seen it displayed in like a sports setting. So I was like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
Like,
that's real talk.
yeah,
For sure.
that's cool. And I don't know, I got hooked on that. I was like, and now they're gonna introduce the tug of war.
Yeah, that sounds cool right there. That tug of war sounds vicious. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it'd be awesome as soon as they get all the kinks worked out and everything. It's gonna be sick, and they will. Them people with the APDR, I mean, they're the best show arena I've went under, and I've went. And besides South Bottoms, it was good too. South Bottoms and them put off a very good vibe with each other.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Like, they're very similar vibes. I think it's the people that show up. Like, I'm starting to where I know most of the community, so it's like, I'm like, heck yeah, I've seen you here and here and here and here, and we've been in the ring several times. Like,
yes,
I
sir.
don't know. That's what's cool about it.
Yes,
You start
sir.
to build a relationship with some of these people, even if you ain't buying and trading and selling dogs. Like, and like at first I only knew the dogs. You know what I mean? I'm like, shoot, that's that dog, and like I didn't know the guy at all. So like, now that I'm learning these people, I'm like, man, a lot of y'all are some pretty good people, really, in these dogs. Like, the community standard is really high over here. Like, the way people deal with each other and stuff.
Right.
At the shows. The internet stuff, you can't take that for
Right.
The internet,
Yeah.
people
It's wild west on the internet for sure.
Yeah. Well, there's no controlling it because a lot of these people think I'm never gonna see you nowhere.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they might be a day we're standing face to face, shaking hands, most likely. I mean,
yeah,
I've met a lot of people. Yeah. And I mean, there's strange people in the community that have weird agendas, and you can always tell them out, really. That's that lower side of the community standard, like just that have an agenda. That's where I'm like, nah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell at these shows there's people walking around just eyeballing stuff for no reason.
Right. Yeah.
like, like at the South Bottom show, this old man and lady was walking around, and I was like, I could tell like they were lost. I was like, I asked them, I said, "How y'all doing?" And she was like, "Oh, we're good." I was like, "Is this your first show?" She said, "Yeah." And she's like, is this just Pit Bull show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, this is just a Pit Bull show."
Uh-huh.
So like they ended up reading it out of the newspaper and just happened to want to come to the dog show because they come to a lot of other events at that arena.
Right.
So like their first experience with a Pit Bull Terrier dog show was the South Bottom show this last time, and I'm like, that's a pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, that's what's up.
it was a pretty good introduction because I mean they was handing out awards to people, you know, like Dre got one, Darren Tupper got one, a bunch of these people, you know, like real good, known, honest men got awards and stuff just for who they are.
Right.
Like, I don't know, that was cool. That was really cool. Participation ribbons for the kids and the junior handler, that's really cool, you know.
Right.
See because like at this last APDR show, my daughter won a participation ribbon in the junior handler, and man,
Right.
it was like it was one of the big tall trophies. You know, she was like, "I got my first ribbon." She had to tell
That's what's
everybody.
up.
She told somebody in the store, "I got a ribbon." Like,
Yeah.
I mean, she's 6, so
She got the
she's
fever
proud
now.
of stuff like that. Oh yeah, and it's come on
That's
within
what's
the
up.
last year.
That's what's
really,
up.
big time. Like last 6 months, since it's not cold anymore, she goes out there and works them with me every day. She already was before it got cold.
Oh, okay.
And, so then it got cold, and I guess she couldn't do it. You know, it was just way too cold. I mean, it was below 10 degrees here for like 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was cold. So I had to water their food, you know, soak their food and stuff in the house, and then give it to them, and they'd eat it. Like it was bad to deal with.
Right.
So like now she'll go out there and work them with me. Like she went out there yesterday and helped me breed Jarvis and Vixen. Like I was her age the first time I helped my dad breed Thor and Dixie. You know what I mean? It was the second breeding they'd done. And then I had done the breeding, and later, you know, 64 days later, I watched the puppies be born. I stood outside the kennel and watched her have every one of them. And like I've been hooked ever since. Like I knew I was gonna do it.
Yeah, bulldog fever. Yeah. That's what's up.
Before I even knew about any of the other stuff with dogs, you know what I mean? I just was like attached to the dogs we had. So that's where some of my dogs today come from them dogs. That's why I'm so passionate about them.
You're supposed to be as you should.
Yeah.
That ain't just regular.
No, and especially as much work as I put in since I've stepped. You know what I mean? I'm 3-4 generations from where my parents left me at, and I got lucky to have little pieces of them. Like I just got lucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you gotta recognize that, man. Take full advantage of it. Full advantage, like as you should.
That's why I'm not other people neither. Things I say, things I do. I don't do nothing illegal. And I mean, I can stand on that. You know how some people says I don't do nothing illegal, and you know, you can tell it's bullshit. Like I can stand on that with conviction. I don't do nothing illegal. And I love that. You know what I mean? I don't mind that. Who cares?
Yeah, it ain't nothing wrong.
I ain't got nobody to impress, really.
Right, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
Well, like
don't nobody want no trouble. You did. Don't nobody really want no trouble.
No. Well, and like my dad, he was just kind of the same way. You know what I mean? He was proud of his dogs. Like, and other people come by and admire them. Like we sold dogs when they legalized marijuana in California. We sold dogs, I think 3 of them, to California, and they protected pot fields. And one of them lived in one of the first dispensaries that was open. Like, man, I used to have pictures galore, right? Like the coolest pictures. Dogs laying in front of big pot plants and stuff. Like, from legal states, you know what I mean? And my stepmom, she ended up getting off on some drugs. So, like, when she left, she took all our pictures. I have one picture of Panic, and I got lucky to have it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have hardly any of the pictures from my childhood. So, I don't know. I wish I did. Because there's some cool pictures, and dogs wearing sunglasses, us walking them down the road. Like there's just, and they were nuts, but I mean they were good with us. So that's really what set the standard for me was the type of dogs my parents had.
Okay.
They were mean and vicious, but I could go out there anytime and love on them. They didn't have to worry about that. Same as my daughter. She can go over here and flirt pole, judge while I'm sitting on the porch, and I ain't got to worry about it.
Right.
I can stand here and watch them. I ain't got to worry about it. I don't leave them unattended.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I mean, for generations, these dogs have been around us. They can tell. They'll do things for her, and dogs love her. Like, you can tell. It's just in her.
Right.
Like, it just is. When they're tugging and she's going, you know,
I
never told her to do that.
Right.
She just knows to do that.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Same as my little cousin. I got a little cousin that's like 15, and he can handle a bulldog better than most grown men. He really can. He'll get them to do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that bond is something, man. That bond is something, especially when you got a good dog. When you got a good line of dogs, like in your situation, like your family had dogs and stuff like that. So it's kind of like y'all tied to the dog. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like y'all already communicating, and even your youngest, you know, communicating with the dog. So that's
on like another level, like a level that you can't buy with a dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ain't no amount of money can buy that.
You don't just get into the game with that, no.
No. And like, okay,
everybody
so
don't get that.
People think they think I'm just bullshitting, right? So like, multiple times I've been around like dogs at the dog show, and they'd be standing there being docile and chill. You know what I mean? And like, the owner would be like, "Well, I don't know why they're being like this at the house. They're raising hell." So like, I get down on their level and just start. I can't tell you what I do. I mean, I can't explain it. I'll rub them and talk to them, and man, they'll turn up every time. And like, multiple people's been like, "Well, shoot, will you walk my dog?" Or I wish you'd have done that sooner. Like, for real, I've heard that. And like, I can't tell you what it is. I don't know what I'm doing. You can't even simulate it, but it works. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I think I heard you say that before. You gave somebody a dog, and they told you it wasn't working for them or something. You went over there and said something to her, and that joker did what it needed to do.
Yeah, they hit a hog like she was born to do it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
How that dog doing now? How that dog doing now? You still ain't telling the cheat code. Did he figure it out yet? Did he figure something out? His own code with her?
I got her back, and she's with a family member.
Oh, okay.
He couldn't get the cheat code.
I got you.
He didn't have the buttons on his controller. Yeah, he didn't even have the right button.
I got you.
He was using a PlayStation controller. Rocking an Xbox.
Yeah.
It's about how it is. Who all's in the chat? What's people saying?
Oh man, I can't even see nothing. I can't see nothing, bro.
1980, my uncle and in-law bred her to Rocca, 1981.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of people in the chat. You got a lot of people. I ain't even know this. I just turned the chat on. I ain't know they in the building. Mad Doctor, Lone Wolf.
Yeah, there's tons of people.
Mike Dan.
Jay's in here.
Dogman TV. Salute. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Salute everybody that's in the chat. No, but like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. That's part of what my love is for these dogs. Like, just what comes natural. I think that's where, because my brother, he was honestly always more than. I was more hard. Adults, it's flip flop.
Right.
He had a turbo S10 that he built the turbo kit for, put 110 millimeter turbo on it, Holly fuel injection. Like, it was like an 1100 horsepower S10 that he built. But I'm over here breeding dogs. Like, it's backwards from what I thought it would be when we were kids. Honest to God.
Yeah. That's how y'all still both into the high performance things. That's what's up though.
And I mean he owns 2 dogs for me. He's got Nitro and Ember. So he owns 2 dogs for me. And, like, I don't know. Like, it's just wild to see where the world's become. I don't know. From where we started, like, he was an animal lover, and he don't know. He don't care about pedigree. He don't. If you try to teach him, he'd be like, I don't give a shit about that. Like, he can tell you, like, I don't care. Like, but he can feel a good dog. Like, honest to God, he has such a good judgment of that. Like, I just ask him. he's the only person I run by. Like, really, you know. And I'll show my dad, look what I did. You can tell.
You broke up a
I'm
little
more
bit,
of a
bro.
dog man than he would have ever been. And, you know, I mean, imagine, like, Pop's telling you that, right?
Right.
Like, I was kind of like, wow, like, when he said that to me. But, I don't know. Like, my brother, he's the one I run by stuff. He has a little hand in everything.
Right.
And my daughter, like my daughter, as she gets older, I'll start listening to what she says. Let her make some choices. I ain't scared of failure. Who cares? Maybe she'll figure it out young like I did, because I handpicked panic. Like, I handpicked panic. And honestly, in a yard accident, she killed her mama. So, like, 100% a yard accident. And, like, I picked her. Handpicked her. And I don't know. It's just, and I've been doing that for years. I have an act. If I come and you had a litter of puppies, I could pick a dog that would be a good one. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it, but I love
You
it.
ain't got it. You ain't got to explain it. As long as you're doing it, you ain't got to explain it. You know how to do it, though. You know how to do it, though.
Definitely. Yep. And like this family dogs. I mean, I don't know though. I picked dogs from other people, and I'm like, man, this one's phenomenal. Like my Chinaman dog, I had never been around Chinaman dogs. Like I didn't know, you know what I mean? But man, her and her brother, and now that she passed away of pyometra not long ago, closed pyometra, so I didn't know what it was. But, But I'm gonna breed her brother to something up here.
Tell us what that is though, because I don't know what that is myself.
So it is a. Let me think the best way to say it. It's like a bacteria that gets in the uterus, and it infects the uterus, and then it can't. So there's open and closed. Open, the stuff seeps out, right? You know, you can tell that something's wrong with your female.
Yeah.
But like closed, there's no seepage, so it's just sitting in her and going septic. So they'll die like within 2-3 days. You know what I mean? Like it is a really serious thing. But like I had never seen in my whole life a case of closed pyometra until Rose, so I didn't even know what I was looking at.
Right.
And I mean, sometimes you can try everything in the world you want to do, and it just won't save them. I mean, everything. Take them to the vet, give them medicines yourself, but it just don't save them sometimes. And everything happens for a reason. I'm a big believer in that.
Right.
And I don't question it a whole lot. That's part of my faith. You know what I mean? I don't question things. I just go along with it.
Okay.
Make do with whatever. Like, because I mean, the bloodline, my dogs was almost lost. They were almost lost. Like where my dad had done so much type breeding, the last litter, there was 5 or 6. There was 6.
Get out there.
One of them was solid white, and the rest were buckskins and blacks and black with white patches. So like, they ended up getting a respiratory infection. There was only 6. Like my dad started out having litters of 12 and 13, and then through inbreeding, they got down to 6. You know what I mean? And like, they got a respiratory infection. One of them rolled over on it and killed it, and it was a solid white one. And my dad would have kept her. You know what I mean? He wanted her so bad. He was going to on her and killed her. And Panic was a good mama, so that was a weird thing. You know what I mean? And then,
you probably knew something.
Then a little later on, they got the respiratory infection. And we saved one of them. All the rest of them slowly passed away one at a time. And like we was out there burying puppies in the middle of the night and stuff. So like I grew up doing this, so it's really it ain't that big of heartbreak on me as much. I know that the future lives on, and through their offspring and stuff. So like it does bother me, but I don't get the way I used to when I first got into it. You know?
Right. That's what I was kind of talking about earlier.
It don't break me to the point of quitting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was close one time. I had 9 dogs come down with parvo, and I saved 7 of them. So I was close to quitting. But we saved one of them, and she went to my Papa Charles.
Okay.
And we bred her to my dad's buddy Rex. So my cousin got the dog at first, and man, this dog was vicious. He was raised in Georgia woods by himself. Never seen another human besides my cousin Chris for like a year and a half. And then my cousin moved up here, and he ended up having to get rid of him. Well, like my dad tried to give him to several people, you know, and because he tried to eat my stepmom up.
Right.
And one day my dad's buddy Rex stopped by, and he was just the best friend with Rex. Rex could pet him, touch him. Like I'd never seen that dog act like that before, ever. And I was like, wow. Like I was scared of him as a kid.
Right.
I was like, wow. And he looked just like Thor. His name was Jack. And that was before Sons of Anarchy. His name was Jack. So he ended up living with Rex, and we bred him back to his. I'm trying to think. We bred Thor to Dixie, Thor to Panic, then Thor to Kasha, and made Kane, right?
Okay.
And then we took Kane back to Jack. So that's how my Medusa dog is made, right? I mean, she's a really tight bred dog, and she was pretty well behaved, but not a bulldog like the rest of them. But she was a slower starter, and I think it was because of how tight she was bred. So like that's where my dogs come from today. Them dogs like that, and then my mom's, they bred Roscoe to Fearless, bred Roscoe to Nala, and my nanny had Daisy. And I didn't have a dog at the time, and my dad didn't have, his dogs were too old to breed. So I was like, would you breed Daisy to my dog Ace that I had? And she was like, yeah. So they did it, and I picked 3 of them and took them home. And I picked through the 3 and picked the one I wanted, and it was Mason, and that's how I ended up just keeping Mason by himself and starting over with him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
when your father was inbreeding them tight and stuff. So, can you tell me, like, what was the positives of that? Like, did you see any? Like, was it getting more intensive or stronger? Or can you tell me the positives and the negatives?
So, the ones I remember the most were the tighter bred ones, because it was later on as I was a little older, and they were just like really good dogs as far as you could get them to do stuff. But their bone and structure actually was just as good as Thor. Like, it didn't lose nothing, it didn't seem, other than like lower the number of puppies we had. But as far as how they acted and the type of animals that they got, I mean, a lot of them went to Cherokee. I'm not gonna lie to you, and you know, there was things there that they probably still able to do over there that we can't do. That's where a lot of them went and done. My mom's and dad's dogs. So like, everybody's like, well, you're breeding, you know, dogs that aren't tested, aren't proven, and all this. Like, yeah, I know what they are. You know what I mean? Like, there's a little bit of stuff.
Good.
So like, that's why I've moved forward with crossing the 2 families together. You know what I mean? And it was done once before by my cousins, but like, really, when I crossed them, I took them a step further, and they were inbred. So I took and bred Mason to Medusa, which was a complete outcross to my dad's stuff, and inbred him back to his daughter. But instead of like my mom take it further and inbreed him to his daughter, you know what I mean, or something, I took him to his aunt.
I got you.
It back. Then I bred Jarvis to Mercy, which is Mason's granddaughter, top and bottom, and he's the son of Mason. So that's a line breeding too. Then I bred Mason back to Eleanor just now, and that's Mason to his granddaughter, top and bottom, and that's a line breeding. That's not inbreeding. You know what I mean? So I took the steps to line breed them correctly after I used inbred individuals. You can't just inbred individuals. You know what I mean? So I've had to do that.
Yeah, that sounds good though. Sounds like you got a little formula there. Sounds good.
Yeah, and I mean, there's litters coming right now, and I mean, there's already 57 off of Mason and 7 grandkids. So like, there's plenty of them, and like, I'm gonna start letting people in the dog world get them and start doing things with them. I've only kept them close, you know what I mean? But I realize like, it don't matter. They're all good. Whether or not I keep them for 5 more generations to fill, you know, like, I've already seen them for many generations, so I'm comfortable with letting dogmen get them. I know that people would be happy showing up to shows with them, the way they act and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Or putting them on hogs, anything. That's really my 2 main concerns: is hogs and shows.
And
like,
they still,
I have some boys,
they still, and off your breedings, the way you're breeding it, they still they still respond to humans very well, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
good.
Heck yeah,
That's
you can
good.
get them to sit. You can get them to do anything. Like
That's
most of
good.
these dogs, if you like, I teach them from a young age, and they'll out for me. You know what I mean? Like, even off the hogs, they won't let go for no other reason than if you grab them and tell them out. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
pretty wild to see. And like
Mm-hmm.
I sent a female to a boy here, and she got in deep water on a hog, and it ended up drowning her. And there was about
Mm-hmm.
20 boys there, and they all was like, "I'll buy anything you produce that does that right there." They said, I would be happy with that right there because she wouldn't let go. But
Right. Right.
I've literally had her on hogs and told her out and her let go, and the
Mm-hmm.
hog run off a little bit, me drop her and let her hit it again.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, like it was just they're versatile. You can do a lot of stuff with them, and I think a little bit of that is
Mm-hmm.
where they were raised as pets. You know what I mean? My dad's dogs were pets. My mom's dogs were
Yeah.
pets.
Yeah.
Around kids, being messed with
Yeah.
kids as they're playing in the
Yeah.
yard, playing ball. Like they didn't
Uh-huh.
ever tell us get away from that dog. I don't ever remember my parents saying get away from that dog. Like I just don't. All the dogs we had were trustworthy, or they wouldn't have been there.
I
You know what
got
I
you.
mean? My dad was pretty picky about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we had the grandson of Jeep off of some Hemp Hill Wilder stuff. His name was
Mm-hmm.
Gator, or his name was Kilo. His daddy was Gator, and
Okay.
I mean, he was a monster. And I remember playing with him. You could
Right.
throw him whole basketballs, and he'd catch them and not pop them. Like he was intelligent. I mean, he'd pop it if you played it with him long enough, got him turned up enough. But
Yeah.
off of the first couple times, he wouldn't pop them and stuff. Like I remember a lot of stuff. Dirt bike tire, the rear tire on the dirt bike. He'd sling that thing around and pick it up and carry it like it wasn't nothing. And I'm talking about a wide one, big, thick, wide one, heavy thing. So like, he was just a cool dog. Like,
Oh shit, that's good shit. You had your hands on a grandson of Jeep. That's good shit. That's something to hey,
yeah.
that's a yeah.
Well, he was the grandson of Jeep, and my dad's dog was the grandson of Termite.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean, Thor was the grandson of Termite, and I'm telling you, he was an awesome dog, dude. Like, he was an awesome dog. He could do anything. And like, we
They
had
was
some
around the
yard
same time?
accidents. Yeah.
Okay. What
Yeah, well,
what
so
they was around the same size?
yeah. No. Kilo was big. He was like 70 pounds.
Okay.
He pulled like 3,000 pounds at 12 months at a weight pull. Like he was monster. He really was. And then Thor was about 60 pounds at his biggest. You know, that's house being fed normal, living in the house type fat as he was a little old, like about 6, 7 years old. So he probably most of his life he was around 55 to 53.
Right.
And then Roscoe, he was like 72. He's a big dog. He was a massive dog, but we fed him biscuits and all kinds.
yeah.
So he was a monster. And so like we had yard accidents as I was a kid, right? This is over 20 years ago, so I can kind of speak on this a little bit.
Right.
So like we had yard accidents, and me and my stepmom, them two big grown dogs, and my stepmom was probably like 115 pounds, like Dre said, soaking wet with rocks in her pocket.
Right.
She was a little girl, you know. And these two big bulldogs got loose and going at it. And like me and my stepmom had to stand there many times and just watch them until my dad and stepmom showed up so we could split them up. Like, there was nothing I could do. You know what I mean? I'm a little kid that's like 6, 8 years old, and then my stepmom's little bitty. So like we had to multiple times. Thor and Roscoe and Kilo would get into it with each other. Like it was bad. And if my stepdad wasn't so close, like within 30 minutes from his work, we would have been in trouble.
I got you.
But I mean, like that's one thing about my pedigree. Some of these dogs, I had seen them in yard accidents against each other, like. And they're
so you know it's no question that they bulldogs. That's basically what you're saying. I got you.
That's why I've never talked about that openly on the internet in front of
people. I
people.
got you. I understand.
Like I've really not, but that's the truth. Like I grew up around these dogs on a whole different level.
Right.
Like my dad would. He don't tell me a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like he don't tell me any history, and like he'd be like, I don't remember.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, right. I can tell you what order my puppies was born in, and you don't remember? Come on now. Like, I mean, like, I literally can. I don't know. That's my love for it sometimes. But I mean, as in, like, so seeing some of that stuff is what motivated me to do what I've done today. You know what I mean? I don't do anything illegal, but I knew that they didn't have the the genetic trait to quit in them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
therefore, when we put them on hogs and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they will go in. They will die in
Yeah,
deep water. Some of these are deep water bulldogs for real.
that's what's up. That's what's
And
up.
and I'm hoping that, like, by talking about a little bit of this, some of these hog hunter boys, as I have these litters, hit me up.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a hog hunter and you will put it on hogs, I will hook you up on the price versus what you would normally pay. The price I shout everybody else out.
Y'all hear that out
Because
there, hog hunters? You
yeah,
got
I
that. You
want to
got
see
that
them
working
do it.
line for y'all. Shit.
But
Yeah.
you will sign a paper that'll say you'll send me videos and pictures of them doing stuff, catching stuff. That is the thing about it. It will be legal. I do have a buyer's agreement. I don't worry about the breeder's rights. You know what I'm saying? If you take this dog and outcross it, if you want to, I may. But I don't care about that. But as far as the legalities, you're not going to do nothing illegal with it. And if you're hog hunting with it, I do want to see pictures and videos because it tells me more as I'm going to the future.
Yes, sir.
Not only the dogs I see hitting hogs, but other men. And
Yes,
like a
sir.
lot of these boys I grew up with around here, you know what I mean? I've known them since elementary school. And when they tell me that, like, that's serious. I was like, when he told me that, I was like, wow. Like, he said, man, we seen these dogs over in Leicester, and he said they was the best bulldogs I've ever seen. Like, he went on to that, and I'm kind of like, hell yeah, you know, thinking like, cool, are you gonna introduce me to this guy, right?
Mhm.
That's what I was thinking if he was talking, and he said, hell, them dogs don't hold a candle to these dogs. And I was like, that ain't the direction I thought he was going to go with. So I was like, wow, it wasn't. I was like, dang, that means a lot, man, especially from you. Like, I know that they ain't bullshitting to make nobody feel good.
Right, right,
So
right.
that's one thing about it. That's one thing, too. When you're going to select people to get your dogs, don't let people who's going to bullshit you back, oh, it's the greatest dog ever, when really, you know what I mean? Like, get people that's honest. That's fine. You want to know whether it's working or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that's real talk for sure. For sure. Oh, goodness.
And I mean, a lot of this stuff is like proven strategy. Like, it's not some of the breedings that I focused on are following suit to people that are successful. Like, they do certain things, and like it's a natural. It's been a pattern that people have done for a long, long time. So it's
Right.
not like it's new. And I'm not trying to create anything new. I'll say that 100 times. Like, even breeding Mason to Sissy, that made like pit bulls from 1900. That didn't make something new.
Right. Shit.
It didn't. It gave me like White Rock and stuff like that, like Haywood.
Come on.
Like,
Get
that
over
was
here.
it wasn't in my brain to create something new when I did that. You know what I mean? I saw that people had did that back in the day, and I saw what it done for their dogs. Like, it gave them something, and that was what was interesting about the talk about the staffs and stuff. Like, there really is a fine line between them, and it kind of overlaps each other. It's like one of them what they call them charts with the two circles, and in the middle they overlap a little bit. That's our breed.
Oh, okay.
That's the best way to put it. Is the one circle over here is the pit bull terrier, and one circle over here is the staff, but they kind of overlap. So there's a section in there that's hard to
I know what you're
distinguish
saying.
between the two, and they might be mixed up. And I mean, that's some of them around my area. There was a lot of dogs like that. Because we had people that was going to get dogs from well-known people that were like a dude I know had a dog straight off of Razor's Edge throwing knuckles, and he had one off the Gray Line dog, like straight off of them, and like them were real dogs. Just because they were big and blocky, that don't mean they weren't. They had every other trait a pit bull had, but they were big and blocky, and but they would most likely eat like a stranger up. They did have more of that. If some stranger broke into your house with one of them dogs, they're gonna eat them up. They ain't gonna show them where the TV is. Yeah. And like that's, and I didn't even see blue ones really. They weren't necessarily blue. Like, they were brindle and like dark brindle and like a buckskin color. And like I see, and gray. They weren't blue. They were gray. Like, it's hard to explain. It wasn't the same type of color. Like, I got a dog named Nero, and he's off of that stuff. He's hell, he'll be He'll be 14 in December. And he's got a gray patch on his head. It's not blue, and on his butt, it's gray. Like, he's different. He's on the same stuff, like related to Sissy.
Oh, okay.
So from a local guy. And this guy was a cop. He actually passed away. A guy actually shot him and threw him over a bridge here. And
Wow.
You talk about the nicest. It was all over the news. But you talk about the nicest guy ever. Rest in peace, Sean.
Somebody ain't like him.
No,
Yeah.
it was a criminal. He had a big record and stuff. I mean, he almost got life for it.
Oh, okay. They found the guy. Oh, they got the guy. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They had him on dash. He did it. The dash camera was like, he was pulled over at the bridge in between their cars, and the dash camera was shining on him when he did it, and tossed him right over the bridge. Did not care. Like, it was horrible. Really. It was just a criminal with a really big, long record. Didn't care about nobody's life. So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, like, there's a lot of wild stories like that. Like, dogs coming from crazy people you wouldn't think. Like, there's a local guy that owns a feed store here that I buy all my stuff from. I didn't know it for the longest time. But, like, another local guy was like, yeah, that's where I got my first dog from. And I was like, what? I was like, he had dogs? He was like, yeah, he had real deal snooty dogs. And I was like, wow. Like, I would have never thought that.
That good snooty, yeah.
And then he asked me, because he seen a bulldog on one of my shirts. He said, you got bulldogs? Because he seen me buying all his dog food, and I guess he just thought hound dogs automatically. You know, I come in with boots on and Carhartts, and he probably thinks hound dogs, walkers, or plots.
Right.
So he saw that bulldog on my shirt that day. He said, you got bulldogs? I said, yeah, what do you know about bulldogs, you know? And he was like, shoot, I used to have a bunch of old snooty dogs. And I was like, I put it together. I was like, wait a minute, that's you. Like, holy cow. And he showed me some pictures of them. They were the real deal. I think they were from Atlas Brewer.
You thought it was what?
I believe it. I think they were from Atlas Brewer.
Oh, okay. Atlas Brewer, okay.
In
yeah,
North
Brewer. Yeah, I know Brewer.
Yep. And
Brewer's vindicated and all that stuff.
Yeah, but this would have been his snooty stuff.
Okay.
So he had the snooty stuff, and I'm pretty sure he had the Lonzo's Andy stuff too.
Yeah, I got some of that shit. I got some Brewer stuff in my. I got some. I definitely know about the Brewers. Yeah. Go ahead. I know what you're talking about though, for sure.
And like, I don't know. Like, there was a lot of them type of dogs around here. The snooty stuff.
What part of North Carolina are you in?
I'm in Western North Carolina, so I'm 30 minutes from Asheville, called Waynesville.
Asheville, okay. Asheville.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody knows about Asheville. That's the easiest place for me to explain where I'm at.
Okay.
I'm about 30 minutes from there. And, so, like, I'm only an hour and something away from where Mountain Man was. Only a couple hours from where Atlas was. I think it's Ron Anderson. Like Anderson's Tonka. I'm not far from where he was.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, that's the type of dogs we had up here.
Yeah.
Heat dogs.
Yeah.
Zebo dogs. I never seen a Chinaman dog till I bought mine. Just to be honest with you.
You never seen a what?
Chinaman dog till I got mine.
Oh, shit.
I had never been in the presence of a dog that had Chinaman. I knew it had Chinaman for a fact. So I was like, I had seen Zebo dogs, all kinds of stuff. The Niggerino stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of Colby stuff and a lot of Budweiser Crusher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's mainly because my nanny had dogs. That's where my mom was talking the other day. I didn't even know it. Like, my mom got into dogs because of my stepdad and my nanny.
Your grandmother?
Yeah, my nanny.
Oh, that's what's up. Your grandmother had dogs. That's what's up.
Yeah,
she probably had that fire. She probably had that fire.
Yeah, she did. And in the pedigrees, you'll see Rusty and Jazz. Those dogs come from my granny. My granny owned them, and she bred them and made Roscoe. And my stepdad was the one that even decided to get Roscoe. My mom was scared of bulldogs. I didn't know that before the other day. Like, my dad didn't. Like, my dad already had a dog, so I was like, I never thought about that. I was like, huh. My parents split up when I was young, like 2.5. I was about to be 3. My 3rd birthday, they were split up. So my whole life, I've had, like, they were different, 2 different houses. I went back and forth.
I got you.
So, like, I got to see two different sides of dogs. You know what I mean? Like my
Yeah,
dad was like
that's what's up.
super
You had
good.
your mother's side and your father's side of dogs. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
my dad was like had them on chains, not hand built kennels. Like, you know what I mean? The husbandry was on point, and then my mom had them like coming in the house and like fooling with them. You know, the different type of it. So like I seen both sides. I definitely handle dogs a lot more like my dad than I do my mom
Right.
nowadays. I don't know. It's just I figured out. I seen that he had a lot less problems.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but let's see what the chat's doing again.
Oh, they rocking. They having their
Yeah,
own
like,
little fun.
hey, if somebody wants to come in here, you can drop it. I don't care. They might switch the whole conversation on.
Switch lanes real quick.
Yeah,
Hey, it's all right. Shit, you know how it go. Yeah.
somebody saluted Arrowhead.
Oh yeah, AK in the building. Salute Arrowhead. Melvin Brown
Ooh,
in the
James in
building.
here.
Yeah, dog man. That ricochet. Yeah, that ricochet.
Yep.
Dog man had schooled me in on that. That ricochet is some of that same stuff you talking about.
Well, and there was a few young boys that was hanging out around my house, you know, and stuff. Like he was taking pictures of my dogs, and like
Uh,
I was hoping like that, but some of these like below 25, 20, below 20, some of them
mm-hmm.
don't have the same drive for things that other people did. Like it's crazy. But I mean, I don't know. Like there's nobody in my area besides my little cousin Caden that I could like mentor into
I
besides my
got you.
daughter. You know what I mean?
I
Like
got
I
you.
would
But
love.
shit, that's enough. That's enough. You got to do. You got to
Yeah,
start in your own yard first. Shit, you got to,
yeah,
and you got somebody right. You got your daughter that's ready to go. Shit, you all right? That's more
yeah.
time for her.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
I'm glad she's coming into that age. Like that's cool. Naturally, I've never pushed it on her. Naturally, like she just started to want to go out there. Like she really fell in love with a son of Mason named Jake.
Mhm.
She's like, oh, he's the sweet one. Like, and he is super sweet to her. Like he's Hellraiser, and runs and does all this, but man, he's an angel to her. And like that's one thing I can say. I'm pretty proud. Like I've not added a lot of blood, but I
Mhm.
bred Mason to Dirty Girl from Brown's Kennels. Man, them dogs are nice, dude. Like she makes some nice dogs. Like overall, just everything they do, they're all around good dogs. And then
Mhm.
even Throwback will contest to that. Like he's got one named Rebel, and hell, that's probably one of his favorite dogs. And he has
Oh.
dogs he made off of my Mason stuff, but
Mhm.
he still likes Rebel the best. He's like, this dog is just cool. Like, and he is. They are cool. It's Mason to the Boyles, the Eli stuff.
Okay.
So it's very similar. It's like breeding Mason. It's like breeding Mason back to something as close as him as I could without, because I didn't have nothing really.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I had Carson, but she was a cross of that stuff already. Than
Mhm.
my mom's stuff to my dad's stuff. So I didn't have. Mason was a litter of like 9 males or
Mhm.
something like. There was no
Wasn't no
females
female.
off of him. Yeah, so I didn't have a way I could do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So I wish I could have. But Dirty Girl, man, that made me some awesome dogs. Like, and I just bred Dirty Girl to Jarvis, and he's an awesome male off of Mason. Like he's the brindle one, and so I'm hoping I get some more of what Dirty Girl and Mason threw me, kind of to blend together, because they're awesome
Well,
dogs. And I mean, I could let anybody get them. I'd give you one for your daughter for Christmas.
one
Yeah,
thing, if your father and your mother was dog people, and you
yeah,
say your father just riding a motorcycle, riding a Harley now, chilling,
yeah,
that means that he was cool with cutting you loose. Like he feel as though you know what you're doing, because he
yeah,
wouldn't be able to chill riding that Harley if he thought you was messing with these things and you didn't know what you was just doing. You know what I'm saying? So he, you know what I mean? He get the chance to ride his Harley or whatever. You know what I mean? That's a good thing. So it's kind of
yep,
saying, it's kind of stamping what you're doing. You know what I mean? To me, just looking at the overall picture and how you describe it and seeing where you
yep,
come from, you know, your people's had dogs. You seen the flip side, boom, boom, boom. So yeah, you been schooled in. So it ain't a lot,
yep.
it ain't a lot to that. I can tell. You know what you're talking about.
And that's, see, I never thought about it that way. Like, yeah, he does just chill. He don't care. He ain't never questioned nothing else. When I
Yeah,
show him
believe
something,
me,
he's like, hell yeah.
if he ain't think you knew what you're doing, believe me, you would probably
No.
you would have heard from him more often. He would have tried to tell you something. He would have tried to say something if he was scared of you having him. So
One
that's
advice
good.
he did give me, and I've ran with it a little bit, is I already knew, but like at the same time, like he was like, yeah, me, you heard him do that. Is Jarvis. He said Jarvis is probably one of the best overall, prettiest dogs, and like the way he acts and everything, just the best dog I've ever made. And I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
man, I gotta. So he was like, you need to breed him one time. You know what
There
I
you
mean?
go.
Hell, he's 4 years old. You need to breed him. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. So that's why I've done the 2 moves I just did. I don't want to lose what Jarvis is neither. He's one
That's what's
awesome
up.
Mason that I feel has that unique thing about him.
Yes, sir.
Like
Yes, sir.
I had 2 of Mason's brothers, and they're great, but they weren't what I was looking for versus
I
him.
got you. I got you.
So that's kind of where I got to where I am today. With some of these moves I've done, and some of the other moves is like I bred Mason Eleanor. She's related to Jarvis's niece, and they have some of them a little bit tighter Jarvis's blood in them. So I'm thinking about what I'm going to do with him and Judge in the future. Not just Mason right now, because he's 10. He'll be 11 in December. So he's getting up there. And he's still breeding to his granddaughter. I'll probably breed him till the day he dies. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah, mash the gas, whatever you're doing. Especially you affiliated with Samurai too. You affiliated with us, man. Mash the gas on them. Elevator, mash the gas, bro. You know what I mean? Do you, bro? Get your life. For real.
Well, and like, you ever heard the story of Park's son that Gary Hammond told?
Yeah, I heard of that Park Sun dog.
Okay, so he tells a story about him being sick and stuff, and how everybody comes over for a party on the weekend, and he's playing with kids and having fun, and they bred him and everything that weekend to one of his like granddaughters or something. And then he went to the store after everybody left, and he come back, and there was something wrong with Park's son. He was sick somehow. I think it was heartworms, but I can't remember. So he come back, and he could hear that Park's son wasn't breathing. He breathed like real heavy, like you could hear him. So he heard him not breathing, and he walked over there, and Park's son was passed away. And he said he had like a tear come down his face, and he looked up and like he heard a dog bark, and he looked around, and he said, "Hell, I have Park's son in every shape, size, and color." He's like, I honored that dog, and that's one thing I'll be able to say when Mason passes away. I got him in every shape, size, and color.
Right.
100 grandkids. That's the Mac Miller song. That's the goal. 100 grandkids. And see, these will be his grandkids off of Judge and Vixen. They'll be grandkids. Jarvis and Mercy will be grandkids. We might hit that number faster than I thought, huh?
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a good story. It's like one of them robot stories.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta. That's one thing I love about them robot stories. You gotta really love this shit and want to hear the information, because it's like
I just realized what you call the robot story, where they talking computer voices and stuff.
Yeah, robot stories.
I got you.
You gotta really love the information to want to get it from that.
The robot stories, yeah.
And you gotta really love it and start learning the information. That way you can pick out when the robot missaid shit. They'll say stuff funny, and it's like, oh, I know what he means now. First time I heard it, I didn't know what he was talking about. Now I do. I don't know. It's like in all the AI, can't we come up with one that reads like a regular person? Pay it there. We get who was that old narrator? Was it James Earl Jones? He passed away. We need somebody like that to narrate our dog stories.
Okay. You know about James Earl Jones? You get about 10 points for that one. Yeah, salute.
Yeah. Well, we need somebody like that to narrate these dog stories. Imagine how they'd be told by him.
Oh yeah, they'd be more kind of serious. They'd be serious.
Fire, bro. We need somebody with a powerful voice. Anybody on the internet.
He probably could say everything he say you're gonna believe. That's how he got one of them voices.
Yeah. It's the truth.
Right.
Shoot. I don't know. So he was in The Sandlot, right? That was my first introduction to him.
In the
blind
Sandlot?
man in the
In the
he was
Sand?
the blind man in the Sandlot movie. That was my first introduction.
What is that the movie about with the dog?
No, that's the movie. Yeah, where the baseball kid.
Yeah. Okay, I ain't even like
Yeah.
I know James Earl way before then, but like you just schooled me in though. He was in that joint too with the dog in there with the little
Yeah,
kids.
he was the old man that owned the junkyard
Oh,
that
all right,
owns Samson dog.
all right.
And like they come over there and they're like, he's like, yeah, I got all these baseballs, like, and shows them. And he's like, let's come over the fence. But then they're like, no, this one's signed. And he's like, well, I got one signed by all of them, not just Babe Ruth. So like, that was cool. Like, I don't know, I love that movie. I love dog movies. I mean, I'm big on dog movies. Like I watched the movie Ghetto Dogs. You ever seen it?
What is it called?
Ghetto Dogs.
No, I don't
Ray's
think.
seen it. He shouted it out before.
No, I ain't seen it.
It's about bulldogging. Like, it's a bulldogging movie. And I watched it when I was probably 8 years old. Like, I was young and seen it. And Ghetto Dogs too. I was probably 10 or 12 when it come out.
Right.
I don't know. I love all them movies.
Yeah.
I don't know, even the simple ones.
You seen Walk of Pain?
Yeah.
Like that did.
There was another one. I can't remember the name of it, and it was good too.
Mad Doctor crazy. Mad Doctor said we need Richard Pryor. Oh shit! They ain't gonna believe that.
To narrate?
Yeah.
Dude, that would be good. That's as close as we got now.
Yeah.
That would be good. Yeah, that would be good. But I mean, I'm serious. Like, somebody with a strong voice, they can read that stuff, and heck, their YouTube would blow up. Who's in here? Oh, Biggie.
You hear I answer the door? Who's in there? Who is that? I know that's right, Elevated. Elevated ready to cut the dogs loose on A and everything. Who's in here? That's right. That's right.
Oh, Big A.
State your name. God damn it.
Don't bite him. He's good.
Yeah.
What's he doing? Working Michonne?
Oh no, he probably on mute. Don't know it.
Oh, he is on mute. Don't know.
Nah, I'm not talking. I'm just working. I'm in the background. Don't pay me no mind.
You know your camera's on?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What do you got, Michonne standing on?
Could you blow it
At
up where I
attention?
could see her? Sorry for my blind ass.
Damn. So, sit.
I love how she turns up.
Sit. So down. So sit. Sit. Come on, let's go. Come on, get up there. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Get up there. Let's go.
Bernie Mac.
Come on.
What they say? Bernie Mac.
Let's go.
Hey, we need
Come
Medea
Come
to
on.
narrate our Bulldog videos. She'd be the funniest. Medea would be hilarious. Oh, he said, Big A, turn your phone sideways. Oh yeah, now I can see her. See, Dre's on top of that. He's made me start to remember to turn my phone sideways. I'm ready to get where my lives on YouTube I can turn them sideways. I think you got to be so far along.
Yes, sir.
Is that one of them Amazon meals? I believe. I want to get me one of them. Jarvis, I entered him in a treadmill race at the last dog show. And I mean, I used to put him on a slap mill, but it's not like the one there. And it's an old one. Like, dude, the roller's like, I'll show you a picture of it. I'll send it to Dre so he can post it up. It's an old mill. I posted it on the dog channels or on the dog pages on Facebook, just asking about it. It's like one of the rounded ones where the bars over it are round, kind of like Joe Corvino stuff, but it's all wood.
Hey, Elevator, you was talking that countdown.
Yeah.
Hey, she act a fool. Why? 10, 9, eight, nine, 10, 9, 10, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up.
They're gonna have to get her to dog show with a treadmill race.
She know her
I don't
mission,
think they
man.
have
She
it
know
at
her
South
mission,
Park.
yo. She know her mission when she doing all that. She talk
Yeah,
like that.
I'm
That
gonna
she know
I'm
her
gonna
mission.
get one because of Dre's reviews too. Like him, Warmouth, Big A. I mean, I think they're good meals. And I don't care about it being loud. I don't care about that. I want it to be loud because at the dog show, there's all them people talking and making all this racket and all that shit. I want it to be loud.
Yeah. Then she look at it just working. You know, yeah. At the starting line, squealing wheels, they just bounce
Yeah,
on
she
out
does
there.
good.
Yeah.
You need to get you an odometer, Big A. You can buy a bicycle odometer and you can keep track of what she does run. Then you go to the dog shows and you know what she's going to run, not just guess. Yeah, he's going to run.
He said, put that stopwatch on her. Put that stopwatch on her. I know that's
Well, so
right.
it's a bicycle odometer, and you choose the size of the wheel, right? Like the bicycle, you put it on a 20-inch bicycle or a big bicycle or anything. So you choose the size of how far the sensor is away from the center of the wheel, right? And then it's got a little thing that goes on the actual mill that sensor passes by. And every time it passes by, it counts it. That's how it knows how far it's going.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I think that might be true, but I also think we might have a little bit of our numbers off. You know what I mean?
You know it ain't gonna be exact anyway, but it's approximate. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing gonna be really exact. You know what I mean? But it's approximate. It's close enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we only gonna get it so close.
Uh-huh.
But if somebody could design one that
was
like,
there you go. There
where
you go.
Where you put in the like you took a tape measure like a tailor's tape,
and
you measured the actual length of the belt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the length of the belt and how fast they're turning it would determine how far a dog goes, not just where the wheel is.
Hey, your mind working already. Get your mind working already. There it is. You already know. That's bulldogging, man. You might be the one that stepped the joint up. Design it for yourself first. You already seeing the workings of it. Design it for yourself first. See how it works. But I see you already putting the formula together.
You might could calculate the length of the belt versus how far they go and get an accurate number. That might be how it has to be done.
There you go. I see. He said, yeah, figured it out. The math in his head. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like all these sports, I want them to be legit. That way, like, hell, if you let
it make the trophies more official when the things get more official, everything get more official. I understand what you're saying. I understand. Yeah. It make people respect it more because you know what I mean. The more legit everything is, the more legit everything is. Just make it more official. The measurements become more official, more exact. You know what I mean? Everything become more official.
Well, and I experience these professional show ring places. Some of them are not doing the best to make it official. Like they care about who wins ahead of time. Some of them. I ain't gonna say names. Not the one I root for all the time. You know what I mean? But the other one. They want to see their people win already. That's a problem. If you're hosting shows, you shouldn't care who wins. It's about people showing up. Unlike fun classes, I'll say this: fun classes should be treated just like the rest of the show. What happened? I can't hear nothing.
Elevator, explain the fun classes for me. What's the fun classes?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
What's the fun classes?
My headphone died or something. Fun classes are like best black, best brindle, best red, judge's choice. Uh, Let me see. So apparently some of the sports are even in on it. I didn't know that until the last dog show. Uh, there's the top producer one in the APDR.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just like broken up into their specific category by color or something like that versus just age and sex.
How you get top producer? What's that about?
So Mason has won top producer 2 years in a row at the pig picking. You take a sire and his puppy
Uh-huh.
that you feel represents him the best,
Oh, okay.
and you stand there against other dogs doing the same thing.
Okay.
So
So it's a father-son joint? It's just a father-son deal?
yeah, and the
Okay.
mom and daughter.
Oh, it's a mom-daughter joint. Okay.
Yeah, so
They're
there's
separate. So they're separate.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Like if you produce a daughter that's just like the dad, then you
Uh-huh.
can't show them in that.
I
Which I
got
kind of think is weird, but at the same time, I get it. Uh, they should have like a they should have one for like a family of dogs. I've never seen anybody give anybody an award for a quality family of dogs. Versus
So what they would
and
be just they be judging on is like consistency. So like basically if you all of them look like twins, the more that they look like
yeah,
twins, you're winning. Okay, got you.
yeah, that or just produced a dog better than the dad. Like
Oh, okay,
like
okay.
in my opinion, I think I won because they thought Haywood. They think Haywood is a better dog than Mason
Oh,
by looking
got
at him.
you,
You know what I
got
mean? Because he's a fucking beast.
I
So
got you.
I've won 2 years in a row, top producer at the pig picking with my Mason and Sissy stuff. And remember how I told you it was bred before? That staff stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I won both years. The only dogs I was competing against were Chinaman dogs, right?
Right.
Off of Tom's stuff and off of Tom's yard. And I show up with Mason and Haywood, and the first year it was Vinny Romeo, and like
Uh-huh.
when he gave it to me, I was like, wow, I was so surprised. You know what I mean? I was like, that's cool. I just entered it last minute too. I was like, that's cool. And then the second year it was Randall Abernathy, and he gave it to me too with the same two dogs against the same other dogs.
That's
And
what's up.
I'm like, well, I'm competing after the fact. I thought about I'm competing against Chinaman dogs, and Vinny Romeo and Randall Abernathy gave it to me over these Chinaman dogs. Like, and they made Chinaman. They were the reason Chinaman is who he is today.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
I was like, wow, that meant a lot to me. Like, that is a cool award. It really
Yeah.
is for people doing what I'm doing.
Damn
You
right.
know what I mean?
I would agree. I wouldn't think otherwise. I mean,
Yep.
shit. What you in it for? And some of the legends actually gave you the award over their own type of stock. So yeah, I dig where you coming from. Shit.
That meant a lot to me,
Yeah.
especially from the men it came from. Like I'm in Tom's yard, and Vinny and Randall Abernathy gave it to me. I'm like, wow, like I'm at the home of Chinaman. You know what I mean? Like, and I still won that. That's how I knew there was no favoritism in that right there. I was like, that's cool. So like the first time I ever seen that was a couple years ago. And
Yeah.
I actually, so my Chinaman bitch, we competed in it with her and her mama,
Mhm.
and we won it too, and I gave his son the award because his dog is the mama to my dog, so he has both awards. I just
Got
get to him to be nice, you know what I mean? Like I don't care about that. Like that kid probably remembers it more than I do, so he can keep the award, and I'll just get on the internet and brag about it.
Shit.
Yeah. I don't know. Some of this stuff. Like, that's why I love the shows. You get to see people, meet people. Like, that's my favorite part about it. Like Big C, dude. I met Big C, and that guy is awesome. Like, I'll say that a bunch of times. Like, and he gave me my props, and like, we talked for a long time. So,
Mhm.
and he showed me his dogs. Like, that's what I told him on the live. If you come and meet me and shake my hand, I'll respect you a hell of a lot more. I get to see you. I get to see you. When I shake your hand and I have that feeling, that's totally different than what I can feel over the phone. You know what I mean?
I dig it.
Same as a good bulldog. I can tell when somebody's a good man or not. I was raised by
That's good.
good men.
That's good. That's good that y'all networked like that. That was good. And it was like y'all was in y'all little thing happened on the internet too.
Uh-huh.
And y'all mended everything was good, and we got
Yeah.
to see that shit right in the front of our eyes. So yeah, salute that shit.
Him and his wife and kids are gonna come up. We're gonna have a cookout and full of bulldogs.
Oh man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Salute
Like
that, man.
like it's the
Salute that.
'70s again. That's what we need to
Yeah.
start doing.
Hey, Bulldog community, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with
No,
that. I could
no.
dig
I
it,
mean,
bro. I could dig it.
and like he walked up and at first he didn't tell me he was Big C. That shit was funny.
Uh
And I'm like, "You're Big C, ain't you?"
huh.
He was like, "Yeah."
Oh shit.
I was like, I figured
Yeah.
so."
That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
Hey, shoot. I mean, meeting guys like that, it was awesome. You know what I mean? Like, it's happened a few times.
Right.
That ain't the first time. People sees me because I'm young and thinks, this guy's an idiot because he's young. But like that don't mean shit. It really don't. Because like I say, I was raised by good men.
Uh,
I was fortunate enough to have a dad and a stepdad.
hey, that's what's up. That's what's up.
So, and
That's what's
they
up.
both were into different things too. Like they were into the same things, like the Bulldogs. They shared that factor, motorcycles. But at the same time, they're into different things too, like hobbies and stuff. So I learned all. My dad was a carpenter. That's where I learned all that stuff. And then some of the engine stuff, I learned it from my stepdad. Like they were who made me who I am today. And
Right.
that's why I stand on it with so much conviction. Like I didn't have to. Some other people had, and then I dealt with some things that nobody else will ever do.
You gotta work with the. You gotta work with the hand we've been dealt, man. Gotta work with the hand we've been dealt, man. You got to learn how to roll with it, man. That's all it is. Konnichiwa, samurai, Henry James. I know that's right.
Yeah, somebody said a lot of them show dogs look a lot like Whippet. So in person, it's not as bad, but pictures and stuff, they do look like Whippet.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like them slim whippet joints. Some people love them though. Some people love them though. Some people love them.
Oh, Walmart's got a meal too? I can't hear nothing.
Yeah, you was far back. You back in the building now.
I don't
Can
know
you
what
hear?
happened. Yeah, I can hear good now.
Sound like you was walking up the cliff again.
Yeah, nah, hell, I'm just sitting here. I got my phone laying on my big speaker and everything. I didn't know Walmart had a email or a treadmill too. That's cool.
They got in the treadmill game too. Oh, Walmart.
Yeah. That's when you know the Bulldog's getting a little mainstream. When they start selling it at Walmart.
Yeah.
They're gonna bring the pet section back and have
I was going to
Bulldogs
say
back
if they
there.
had puppies, but they would do puppies too. If they had Walmart puppies. Yeah.
I'm like old enough just barely to remember the animals in Walmart. Honestly. Like I remember that. I remember the big photo booth in the front, some of that stuff. They don't have that anymore. Neither of those two things. I remember layaway. I don't hear about layaway anymore either.
Oh my goodness. What'd you say? You don't hear about layaway no more?
Nah. I don't know if my area does it.
Oh shit! They can't take away layaway. People need layaway. Don't tell me they took away layaway.
I don't think they did. Do
Oh
it
my
anymore.
goodness!
I don't know.
Man. I guess they say the people face bag, man. Y'all, we can't do layaway no more for y'all. Oh man,
I don't know why.
That's how a lot of people got their stuff. The layaway, and you know what I mean.
That's how most families did it. They go lay away a bunch of stuff and pay on it a little bit, and then pay it off around Christmas.
That's how we got to get this stuff.
Yep. And I mean that was how most kids had an awesome Christmas if they did, you know what I mean?
People had to work off. I mean, put a little bit, towards it all year for their kids, man. Yeah.
Well, that's a little bit of how I grew up because my parents were both young, like when they had me. So you know what I mean? They were figuring it out. So like things like that were made it or broke it for kids like me.
And they had to
Oh,
figure it out. That's good. That part you said right there. That's that they was good parents to me. Like they even the kid know they had to figure it out. And he grown
yeah,
now, and you saying they had to figure it out. That's good that you saluting them like that. And
yeah. I mean,
you ain't out here crying about you ain't had this for Christmas and all that type of stuff. Because a lot of people do that instead of saying, man, shit, my people's had to figure it out sometimes. Yeah,
well, so
salute.
I turned around and had a kid young too, so
Yeah.
that helps a little bit. But like, I already knew that. I mean, I don't know. I was an extremely conscious kid. You know what I mean? Like, I was on point kid. Like, I wanted to be around adults more than I did the kids and stuff. So I've kind of always been like that.
Something happened. What? Mike Dan?
Yeah, I didn't see it. I seen that.
What something happened with the dog, Mike Dan? What happened, Mike Dan?
It won't let me scroll up neither.
Right, something happened. He had to pay 1,100.
Oh man. Oh, probably Pine. Are they still talking about Pine Mitra?
I don't know.
Because I mean, that stuff can get expensive when they go to saving dogs and fixing them. The only way to
I
save them is to
uh
fix them.
I know he just had I think he made a breeding recently, so I hope he ain't talking about his pregnant
Yeah, God, I hope not.
his pregnant jip.
Every time I do a breeding, I worry about that. Losing a female or something. I mean, like, I would love to have a litter of puppies, but like at the same time, I love that. There's a reason I bred that dog.
Right.
It ain't just like, scratch it, I got another one.
Right.
I mean, like Jarvis, he was raised by my dad's buddy, right? And I got him back for what I'm doing with him.
Okay.
Like, that's the whole purpose. Like,
so y'all both. So he still own the dog. Y'all just
he's my dog. He's my dog.
Okay.
He moved to Florida and he ended up hurting his shoulder and having shoulder surgery. And like Jarvis is a big old beast of a dog, so
you talking about his male?
I just told him, I was like, nah. What'd he say about his male?
He lost 5 pounds, not eating much. So I'm concerned. Not the females. It's great. The male's sick. It's not the female. No, the female's doing great, but the male is sick.
What are you feeding him? If you can go get you some high fat content beef, and then some powdered goat's milk, and you can even add like carrot green beans, stuff like that into it, because green beans are super high in vitamin C, and you can even buy vitamin C like human grade and crush it up and give them half of it. That's what I would recommend. Mix those things together in a bowl.
He said you're only eating bull chicken right now.
Only eating bull chicken?
Okay. At least he eating. So
yeah, at least he's
that's
eating.
A good sign. That's a good sign. You just gotta figure out what the. I guess if he losing weight, something ain't right.
Yeah, is he anemic? Did he get a hold of something? Like,
He said he already put 1,100 down for the blood work. So he got to wait to hear from them. Boy, they got him in the bag. Bag,
man.
So he already invested. That's what's up, man. Salute you and the dog, Mike Dad. Salute. You really care for that joker.
You can take that bull chicken too, and you can mix it with that beef and stuff like that. And hell, it's just good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken and the beef, it won't hurt them. You could even get a little fish too, because it's high in omegas.
Shit, he right with his man. I know his man has seen that before. Mike Dan, an old legend, so I know Fat Bill. He got a network he can reach to. I know they done pulled out the old tricks, so he must have to go to the vet.
Yeah, man. Glad it's not a blockage. That shit can be. So he's just having a stomach issue. Like maybe he's sick or something.
Yeah.
You can try probiotics too. That's what vegetables have probiotics in them. So, but if you can get human grade probiotic pills and give him the whole pill. Don't dump the powder in the food. People wants to dump the powder in the food, and you can only do that with certain kinds of probiotics.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes if you'll dump that powder in the food, right, like before they even digest it, it's already gone. It's dead.
Got you.
It's got it, like by the time it gets through their esophagus and into like where it needs to be, it's dead. It ain't even active as much as it could be.
Okay, so what you supposed to give it to them straight without the
The
cut? You said?
pill,
Yeah,
yeah,
got
just give them the pill, the whole
it.
thing. Or I'll tell you something else I've done. I had dog when I had parvo. I
Mm-hmm.
took distilled water and mixed it with probiotic pills and squirted it up like enema, liquid enema.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I saved most of them dogs. That's how. After I did that, I didn't lose a single one.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's
Yeah,
up. Yes,
absolutely
sir.
killing it with the lives. Yeah, we appreciate you.
Salute.
We a bunch of big mouths that like to talk, huh? It gives people content and they like to listen. It gets their mind going. That's what I love about it. I've been listening. My mind been racing for years. That's sometimes why I ask some of them questions. I've been thinking about them for years, and then I'll ask somebody out of respect, like, "What's up with this?" You know, because they might know the answer or something.
Salute that, Mike Dan. I feel you, bro. Salute that. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. Salute.
Yep. So, like, as far as nutrients and stuff, with you not working him out, he needs a lot of fat. So, like, feeding just chicken, it is good for them, but at the same time, it's sometimes when they're sick, they need the fats. That's why we eat chicken noodle soup and drink the juice and stuff. It's high in fat and sodium. It'll cause you from not getting dehydrated. That's something else too. I've seen people do is feed a piece of like salty bacon a day to a sick dog, just one piece in the morning, and then whatever water they drink, their body retains it better.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that before too. Like you can go buy a fatback, sliced fatback, and that shit's salty as. I mean, you gotta love it or you can't eat it because it's so
I know
salty.
that's right.
I love fatback.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You put it in the greens. You had it in the greens
Yep.
before. Yeah, watch
Yeah.
out, man. Watch out. He said, "Yep, yep, yeah."
I'm not even a big fan of greens, but unless it has fatback in it.
Yeah, there you go. He got had some meat in that shit. He got had the fat back up in there for that
Oh,
flavor.
I'm a meat eater.
Yeah,
Definitely. If I eat one thing over anything, it's meat for sure.
that's what's happening. That's
And
what's
like
happening.
mostly it's beef, really. Like we buy that 10-pound roll of beef. It's like $35 for 10 pounds of it, and it's like a pretty kind of high fat, but it's good.
You talking about the kind of they got different percentages on the joint, right?
Yeah, the rolls you can buy
Yeah.
different ones.
Hey, what? Sit. So sit. Get your butt up there. Get up there. Sit. Down. Good. Sit. Down. Sit. Down. Get your butt up there. Sit. Nope. Sit. Good.
She's like, I know all these commands. I'm tired.
Yeah, nah, we working on it. We working on it. Cause nope.
She does good.
Nope. Oh yeah.
She does a lot better than most people get a pit bull to do.
She good. You know better.
The patience.
Nope.
Square wheels on y'all though, man. Salute, I'm elevated and Big A, man. I got squealed out, man. Y'all keep
And we've
rocking
been
and
on for
rolling.
almost an hour and 30.
Yeah. Good talk.
Oh no, it's a good time. It's a good time, man. We appreciate y'all kicking it with us. I gotta continue working, man.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
I'm about to go fool with some dogs on the yard.
All right,
Yeah,
salute.
man.
Y'all have a good one, man. Salute.
All right. Salute.
Yes, sir.